Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge outdoor wall sconce called the Loft, and this is going to be the smaller one, 30, 25, 70. This is 14 inches overall height from the bottom of the fixture to the top of the fixture, and it's 10 inches wide with a projection from the wall out of 11.7 inches. So backplate is going to be 5 inches by 5.3. Mounting height is going to be 10.5 inches from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your electrical outlet box. Great way for you to see a lot of those details is to look at the install sheets. And how we're going to do that right now is, if you're on the page for this on our site, look over on the right hand side of your screen midway down. It's going to be a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So click on that for me. Open that up. It's going to have a lot of great information that you guys want to see. It's going to show you how the glass goes on. This is the piece of glass for it. How the sockets are set up. A full parts list. It's going to show you how that back plate is set up. It's also going to show you how that back plate goes onto your 4-inch junction box. So there's a lot of good drawings there, details, parts list, all that stuff. Really take advantage of that if you guys can for me, okay? So it's going to be using a medium base E26 socket. So this is just a regular socket we all grew up with. You can use up to a 100-watt incandescent bulb if you guys are still using incandescents. You can also use a lot of different LEDs. So this is a phosphorus LED. It's a smaller one. This is a A15. This is an A19 bulb LED that you've seen out and about in your travels. You can use either of these, and you can really use as large as physically can get in the glass, we'll call it that. So this is the piece of glass for it, and you can see this A19 will fit in here fine, and A21, which is larger than this, will also get into this. We'll get into glass in a second, but keep going with light bulbs. And so again, these don't draw a lot of current, and they don't heat up. So like I said, there's no limit to it. However, you know, aesthetically, you may elect to go for different types of bulbs depending on the glass you get. So this is the seated clear with little air bubbles, and remember, you can see through it. So you might elect to go for something like this, which is going to be kind of more decorative to me. And there's also some other cool things out in there, like this is an Edison LED, which also looks pretty neat. You may elect to go for a T10. That's kind of cool too. However, I tend to like just maybe a A19 version of this bulb that has those little phosphorus lines in it. It's phosphorus LED, dimmable, comes in great color temperatures, and that looks pretty good in this. If you're doing the opal glass, which is the white glass, then you might want to just go for a traditional LED. Traditional LEDs, like they've been around a long time, a white one, because it's just going to match the glass that you get. The Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is just a nice soft white glass. And then remember, this is the other glass option, which is going to be seated clear, has little air bubbles in it, which is really cool. So the cool thing about glass is you can get about this glass, it's not going to collect bugs. You can get your hand up there really easy to take the bulb out and replace it. So that kind of takes care of the socket part of this. Remember, when you're buying LEDs, you buy the color temperatures that you guys like. So LEDs come in a number of different color temperatures of light. This is 3000 Kelvin coming down on my hands now. That is the warmer light, the glow of an incandescent bulb. If you like the cooler, whiter light, outside light, that's called daylight, and that is going to be 4000, 5000. It'll tell you on the box, it'll tell you on any website you're on what the color temperature is, so just make sure you buy what you guys like, okay? So we talked about glass, talked about lamping. Let's talk about materials on this. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor lighting. The reason they do that is because aluminum holds up better than any other material in the world in extreme weather. And you know, weather is weather, so you know it can get extreme. On top of that, they've developed these outdoor powder-coated baked finishes, and on the page for this fixture you'll see there's a chart. It's going to show you all those epoxy finishes, and how they do it is let's say this is a fixture, they wire it up, they run a small amount of current through it, makes it positive so it attracts something like static electricity. You'll see a picture of the person next to me, and what she's doing is she's shooting powdered finish into the air around the fixture, and that attractive positive is just making it grab onto every nook and cranny of that fixture. It's on the inside, it's like going around all the welds, it is everywhere. They take that fixture and they put it in an oven that bakes down, and it becomes a hard epoxy shell. And because of that, Hubbardton Forge is able to offer a limited lifetime warranty, which is the best in the entire lighting industry for residential. Check it out. It's going to be, I think it's going to be on the left-hand side of your screen, so you should check that out too. You know, when you're buying, investing in things like this, you want them to last, and that'll really show you that these things really hold up. Okay, so I think that kind of covers the important parts of this. So we talked about glass, we talked about sockets, we talked about warranty, we talked about finishes. Our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have this smaller one on display on the first floor. We have a What's on Display page on our website. It is in the left-hand side of your screen in the red tab, so you can check it out. And it's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you guys ever want to call, 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 7 days a week at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com if you like. We also have a clearance center in our showroom. So clearance center stuff, 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. Amazing deal for you. If you guys are going to visit us, do a couple things for me. Measure everything you can think of. So measure, like, ceiling heights and tables and counters and that kind of stuff. If you're looking at outdoor lighting, if you have blocks already cut into your siding, measure those. That's going to be really important when you're looking at sconces in our clearance book. You want things to match up, and you want to be able to use things, basically what I'm trying to say. Bring a good size SUV, because boxes tend to be a little on the bigger side because they're set up for shipping, okay? So when you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There is no tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont. Some larger items, we have 90-day returns and there's no restocking fees, but some larger items are non-returnable. That's going to be bigger things, like things on pallets and custom items. Keep an eye out, because if that's the case, it'll always tell you on the page for it, okay? And we also offer a rush program. So Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. That's how you get all these finishes to play with. We can cut down their 3 to 4 week production time almost in half. It's very inexpensive. If you guys want to know more, just drop a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, or you can call me, 802-446-2400, and I can tell you more about it, okay? So I think that covers everything on this. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and have a great day. Bye-bye.